plant next to me is known as the Pinwheel jasmine, also as the crepe jasmine. It's from Asia and India, so Tabernaemontana divaricata. Its old botanical name is Ovatium coronarium, and it has had a few name changes, but there are a lot of varieties and a fair few cultivars under this one genus. And one of the common names I forgot to mention is the East Indian rose bay. Now this is kind of like a false gardenia. It has no smell at all. So if you're sensitive to smell, this is a really good option. It has these beautiful white flowers, which are really hard to photograph because they are pure white with a yellow center. The feature with this plant is that it flowers almost non-stop throughout the summer period in my climate. And I'm in the subtropics here in Australia. So it's absolutely going gangbusters really well here currently. And some of the references say that the flower cyme, which is the panicle, the cluster, the inflorescence, only has 4 flowers. But I've been counting. I've got some with 24, 21 and 18, so they're incredibly floriferous, which means a lot of flowers. So this will be flowering for months and months and months, and no smell in case you are very, very sensitive. The other thing that I'd like to say is that this will grow to about 2 to 3 meters, but you can keep it clipped, tight and neat. Now there are dwarf varieties available, but this one is an old-fashioned one. And I love the fact that the flowers are almost like a circle. Big, voluptuous petals that look absolutely beautiful. And again, no smell. So if you are sensitive, it's a really good plant. Now the leaves look like the characteristic gardenia. They're shiny, they're very thin, and I'll spin this around. You should be able to see there's a slight wavy nature to the edges. You can just see that at the top of the screen. And that's another characteristic of this particular plant. It's highly attractive, beautiful green leaves. What else should I mention? Well, it loves full sun to part shade. It's very adaptable. Fertilizing will definitely assist with flowers and the health of the plant, because if it is under-fertilized or stressed, it will show nutrient deficiency, just like a gardenia. So, and this is in the Apocynaceae family, which many of the plants of this same group are regarded as poisonous because of the white sap. So you do have to be careful in case you have sensitive skin, but I also would not recommend digesting this particular plant. Propagating is really, really easy. It's done by cuttings, or you could also do layering. So layering is when you lean a branch to the ground and you encourage it to root in the process of giving it some coverage of the soil media or covering the stem so it stimulates the root development in there. But this is the plant I want to feature. I love it. It's a feature when I walk down the walkway in my garden, and this is what I look at. And yes, it doesn't flower during winter, but throughout the summer and spring periods and into autumn, this will be in bloom. And because I've got so many other scented plants in the garden, I don't have to worry about this one being scented because I have others that compensate for no smell. And in effect, it is good to have some plants in the garden with no smell. It's just a wonderful, nice plant to grow. So if you are after a shiny foliage, tropical looking plant with white flowers, no scent, that flowers for a very long period, check out this plant. The common names, as I said, are crepe jasmine and the pinwheel jasmine. They're the 2 most common names, botanically marketed as Tabernaemontana divaricata. And that's your garden tip for today with Paul Plant Horticulture. I hope you have enjoyed this plant feature, and hopefully I can encourage you to grow many more plants in your garden to increase the biodiversity in your garden. Cheers for now.